So traders, a lot of movement in the markets today, right? We're getting some of the indices coming down quite hard as well. Silver and gold got hit quite really hard today. Actually, silver got really hammered down, and gold really had a big drop as well too. The mining sector is actually still looking quite weak, right? And so what I want to do in today's video, guys, is I really want to share some things with you that I think it's really important when looking at these markets, how to read these markets to give you the best chances of not only doing well in any given one trade, but to make sure that 2025 for you is an amazing year for you. So that's what I want to help you out there, guys. That trading course on the screen right now, guys, it's a free complete trading course that I'm giving away just to really help some people out there. So if you are struggling and you do need some help, you can go to johnsfreegift.com. I'm also running a bit of a special right now, guys. I've actually put together 4 amazing trading systems to help you out for $4. You can see that link in the description there as well. So let's actually get in. I'll start off with the good old, let's actually start off with gold and silver here, okay? So one of the most important things I was actually talking about with my coaching clients today in the coaching session, and one of the things I was talking to them about is that one thing we want to do, right? We want to give us the best chances of having not only a successful trade, but a successful trading career. And one of the things I was actually telling them about, especially the way that I personally trade, and again, everyone is different here, but how I personally trade myself is I personally trade myself in a way where I want to make sure, again, I want to give myself a good chance of having a successful trade, right? And one thing I have found by looking at any of these markets here, so if I look at, say, for example, gold here, and I bring up, say, this chart here when it comes to gold, or maybe even this chart here, right? And I do know that whenever we're in a trending environment, they're the best time to not only take a trade, but take a trade when the market is trending in that direction. When the market is not trending in any direction, it starts to become 50-50, right? We start to get a lot of volatility within these phases. But what I'm trying to do, and what I'm doing here with my trading, is I'm always trying to find the times that we are trending, and I'm just trying to jump in on those times. And see, what a lot of traders do is, and this is one of the reasons why I've been giving warning signs about where we are right now, and I'm using gold as an example, but looking at gold for me is, as you can see, look at this here. So see how we have these periods of sideways through here, and we're doing it again through here. What do we get when the market goes sideways? We get a lot of volatility, right? We get a lot of volatility up and down, up and down. These times here are the times that I do not want to trade. They're the time that most amateurs get chewed up, because it's in these environments, there's a lot of volatility. Is it going up? Is it going down? We're not sure, right? There's a lot of indecision within the markets. So what we're trying to do is, within these environments, within these positions here, I'm personally stepping away and I'm waiting for the market to start to give me a trending environment, either up or down. And so as you can see, when the market starts to trend through here, I want to be now looking, because the market is now trending. It's trending in a direction. We're not just going sideways. It's going to give me a high probability of having a successful trade. Remember, what I'm doing is I am always looking for environments where the market is actually giving me some, what I call clear trend, which means it's clearly trending in a direction, like through here. And I'm looking for trading opportunities within these environments. If we're trying to trade this bit here, and especially like right now with gold, is that the reason why it's a bad time to trade right now is because these environments that we're in right now, if we're trading, right, we're looking to get in, get out. Now this is for the daily chart here. If we're looking for these environments here, what happens is there's a lot of volatility within these time frames, right? It's going up, it's going down, it's going up, and as you can see, what actually happened with gold today. So that's where, like, I'm always looking for these trending environments, and hence I took a trade. I took a really nice trade. I entered here and I exited up here, right? But then I also took another trade, and the trade is I entered it right here, and I just got out up here, right? That was just a few week trade. And the reason why, if you look at my last few trades, once again, guys, I'm trying to give you a plan that is really successful, right? Why did I enter it right here? So let's actually do this here. right? So I entered it right here and I got out right here. That was my last trade on gold, okay? Now we're talking trading opportunity. Trading is you're getting in, getting out, and you're managing it. Why did I do that? I did that because what? Because we have low, higher low, and a higher low. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is we have the moving averages trending up. You see that through there? So because the moving averages are trending up, it's giving me a clear trending environment. It's going to give me the best time of getting into a trade for a couple of days, maybe for a couple of weeks. Get in, get out. Make 70%, 100% return on an option and have a really nice successful trade. Then what we want to do is what? Rinse, recycle, repeat. Do that again across the entire market because it's the same thing. See what I'm saying here? And that's how you have a really successful trading career and trading environment in the markets from here, right? And that's what I'm doing here when it comes to, really going through that process. So if we look at that through there, and now if I go down to silver, what's silver? Silver's the same thing, right? Look at what silver's doing. Silver's doing what? We were trending for a little bit, weren't we? We actually started to trend up a little bit. See my two moving averages, my 24 moving average and my 52 moving average. Whenever we get these trending environments, they're the best time, right? But when the moving averages start to go flat, you can take a trade, but just like gold, look at this here. The silver price got hammered today, almost down 4%, right? And why? Because it's in a non-trending environment. And through these times through here, look at all this through here, right? See when the moving averages start to flatten out, what happens through there? We start to what? We start to go through periods where the market becomes very volatile. Is it going to break up? Is it going to break down? And this is a time where I step aside. And as you know that most times traders do badly in the markets because they're getting in at the wrong time. They're trying to trade gold and silver now where there's likely to be a lot of volatility and they're probably getting chopped up out of the markets. So that's one of the reasons why it's so important to understand that as well too, right? Now, if we go and have a look at, say, things like the mining sector, right? As we can see, remember I said before about the moving averages. Forget this shorter term moving average. Look at my blue line and my green line. Look what's happening through here, right? So we have the blue line trending up and the green line trending up. See that through there? Now look what's happening. The blue line's starting to trend down and the green line is starting to trend down. So if we're not focusing on anything, but we're looking at the moving averages as a momentum indicator, there's a lot of momentum on the downside from here, right? And so if I'm looking to take a long signal here, again, depending on your plan, right? My plan is this is my plan, right? And so therefore I'm looking for trades that's going to give me a good win-loss ratio, give me a good chance of having a successful trade. And therefore I'm looking to go with the overall markets. Make sense? With the overall markets. And the same for the GDXJ. But right now, once again, we're just going through this gyration, not sure of a time, right? So let's actually continue now in the actual stock market. One of the most important things about the actual stock market, guys, which is really, really, really important. We are really having a big drop here right now, as you can see, on the Dow Jones. So even though we're having a big drop here on the Dow Jones, we're still above this high here. So we are still in an upward trend, even though we've been dropping down from here. If I go look at the NASDAQ has just been super high, right? That was the high point up through there. Low, higher low, and we broke up, and then now we're just developing here. So NASDAQ is really, really, really strong in the markets. We're also seeing the S&P, same thing, right? Low. And if we have a look at, say, the last 3 months, this here was the last low, right here. Right, and now look what's happening. Actually, let me squeeze up a little more. Now we can see this last resistance was back through here, and now we're doing through here. So there's actually just a sideways movement from here. There's actually a good probability we're going to hold and then continue with this overall trending formation as well too, right? And the same, and what's happening with the Russell now. I've been saying King Russell for the entire year, right? King Russell. King Russell's been a beautiful trade, right? I had a really beautiful trade I got out recently on Russell. Had a really, really nice successful trade. Really happy with it. And now I'm actually looking to get back into Russell real soon, but I'm looking for my entry set up here. But right now, we're still in an upward trending environment, right? Look at this here. We're still a strong upward trending environment from here when it comes to the Russell. So we just want to stick with this. And one of the biggest things I'm watching for with the Russell is I'm watching for this point right here, this 245, this whole resistance level all through here. I'm watching that. Because if over the next few weeks we can hold here with the Russell and start to break up, I think we're likely to make a really, really, really nice move to the upside.